Welcome to Hatha Yoga. And today's practice is all about getting out of our comfort zones. So, moving out of the familiar into new places and being okay with that. So, actually, you've been doing it all along in your yoga practice. This is nothing new to yoga practitioners, right? Yoga invites us to be present, to get out of the familiar habits of worrying about the past or things that we can't change, right? And also worrying about the future, but really, really staying present. And the staying present also happens while you're thinking about your foundation of your pose, you're thinking about your breath, you're thinking about where you should gaze, and oh, by the way, not falling over. So, this is nothing new to yoga practitioners, getting out of our comfort zone. Yoga brings us back to homeostasis, brings us back to a comfortable place within um, something that might not feel super familiar to us, like trikonasana, triangle pose, or another posture, or maybe a different arm variation in a pose. So today we're going to explore a few of those and see if we can stay in our comfort zone in some unfamiliar postures or some unfamiliar variations of the postures. Let's start today by taking our thumb to our little finger, so the littlest finger, and then extend your arms so the three other fingers are up. And this is a beautiful mudra for fluidity, for easy transition, for being able to move in and out of our comfort zone. Our comfort zone is what feels familiar to us. And when we step out of our comfort zone or what's familiar to us, there are some distinct advantages. We may expand our horizons. We might learn new things about ourselves and how we interact with the world around us. We may just increase our creativity quotient, and we get a wider comfort zone and we gain resilience. Lower the eyelids or close the eyes. Pull the belly button in, pull the ribs in, lengthen the spine. Just feel that for a moment. Pull the chin towards the throat now and lengthen the neck. So maybe your comfort zone was kind of a slump. You just moved yourself out of your comfort zone. Congratulations. Okay, nice and tall, allowing the energy to move from the lower chakras to the upper chakras. Beautiful, distinct energy centers, opening them for more receiving of energy, assimilation, storage, and expression of positive, healthy energy. We'll start out with one long Om together. So I challenge you today, if you don't like chanting mantra, chant really loud. Give it a try. See how you feel. Start with an exhale. Then inhale. Om. Nice. Try two more with me. Exhale deeply. Inhale. Om. One more. Exhale deeply. Inhale. Om. How does that feel? I hope you chanted it nice and loud so that your neighbors can hear you today. All right, we're going to start in with the 6 actions of the spine and finding the seat called Sukhasana. So release your fingers and stretch out your fingers. So Sukhasana, I like to take, Sukha means comfortable and easy, but it may not be comfortable and easy for everybody. So take your blanket and sit at the edge of your blanket. And then let's cross our feet under our shins. Whichever one feels most comfortable, put it forward and come back to that mudra, thumb to the pinky finger. We're going to start half of our pranayama here, and then we're going to change to the uncomfortable leg being in the front, and just notice the difference. So we're going to practice today square breathing. This is an excellent pranayama for focus and concentration. What you do is you inhale and imagine you're going up one side of a square for the count of 4. So it would be inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, not 4 inhales, but just a slow count of 4, holding and visualizing across the top of the square for the count of 4. So you hold the inhale, and then you exhale for the count of 4, and then you hold the air out along the bottom of the square for 4. So it's an inhale, hold your inhale, exhale, hold your exhale out, each for the count of 4. But there's some visualizations. So at the center of the eyebrows, lower your eyelids, close your eyes, center of the eyebrows, visualize a square. And we're going to inhale up the left side of the square. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, just one inhale. 4. Now hold your inhale for the count of 4. Visualize going across the top. 2, 3, 4. Exhale down the other side. 2, 3, 4. Hold the air out. 2, 3, 4. Go again. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold the air in. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. All the air out. 2, 3, 4. One more time. See if you can remember it. Inhaling for 4. Holding for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold the air out for 4. And then open the eyes. And we're going to change the legs. Release your fingers. Take your other leg behind so that it feels a little different, right? And this time we're also going to try adding counting with Om. So it'll inhale, you'll inhale like this. Inhale, Om, 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 Om. To yourself silently for 4 Oms. Hold across the top for 4 Oms. Exhale for 4 Oms. Hold the air out for 4 Oms. All right, ready to try? This will turn on your psychic center. Here we go. Inhale. Om, 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 Om. Hold your inhale for 4 Oms. Exhale 4 Oms. Hold the air out for 4 Oms. No breath. There we go. I'll lead you through one more, then one on your own today. Inhale 4 Oms. Hold for 4 Oms. Exhale for 4. And hold the air out for 4. All right, one on your own. When you're finished, open your eyes and stretch your fingers. We're going to open the eyes now. Reach your right hand far right. Take the left arm up and over, giving yourself a really nice stretch. Press your left sits bones down. Keep your gaze forward. Inhale and exhale. Start to engage Ujjayi breath, slight constriction in the throat on both. Inhale and exhale. Listen to the sound of your breath. We're not used to always hearing our breath. How does it sound today? Ragged, short on the inhale or the exhale. See if you can lengthen the one that seems short. Try to get them to be a little more even. Inhale to exhale. Good. And then bring it back to the center. Sit tall. Feel the left side. Feels very different from your right now, right? Right arm up and over. Walk your left hand out to the left. Gaze stays forward. Press your right sits bone down and lengthen through your right armpit. Try to get the right arm straight. Keep the reach going, staying present with your Ujjayi breath, being very aware of your breath. Your foundation is your right sits bone down, left sits bone down. Legs are active, fully reaching. You're aware of your breath and your gaze is forward. That's being in the present moment. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, take a breath, pull your chin in, lengthen the neck. Opening the eyes, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, take a twist to your right, belly right, ribs right, heart right, and then hands come down, head goes right. See if you can lengthen the spine just a little bit more. Get a little taller. Ujjayi breath, your foundation is set. You're focusing on your breath and where you're gazing, to one place only. Staying present. Take one more breath here. And on an inhale, head comes forward, arms reach up, rest of the body comes forward. Exhale, twist left, belly, ribs, heart. Head goes left. Get a little taller, don't try to twist deeper. Setting your gaze after you've become very confident in your posture, activated your oblique muscles, noticing your breath and where you gaze. One more breath, staying present. Inhale, head comes forward, arms reach up, whole body comes forward. Exhale, release the hands down. All right, we're gonna work our way into downward facing dog. So let's come to all fours to start. Take your hands at least as wide as your shoulders, maybe even a little bit wider. Index finger is parallel to the edge of the mat. Active arms, inner elbows facing forward, lower the shoulders down the back, pull your navel in. Knees are as wide as the hips, toes are behind the knees. Tuck your toes down, inhale, lift your knees, exhale, downward facing dog. So my down dog always feels a little uncomfortable at first. And take some stretching, some opening, some breathing to make it feel a little more comfortable. You can always bend your knees and just stretch the spine because that's the most important part of downward facing dog anyway, getting that spinal stretch. Little by little, you can start to bring the heels down. Let your gaze be at the tip of your nose. See if the outer edges of the feet are parallel to the edges of the mat. One more Ujjayi breath. Then slowly walk your feet halfway forward. And exhale, bend your knees or straighten legs. Stretch here. And one knee and then the other, just a bit. And then taking your left hand to the space between your feet, but in front of your head, so like under your forehead or a little in front. Bend your left knee, please, and open your right arm. Stretch through your tailbone, make your spine long, so not a round back. Make sure your left hand is far enough in front of you that your spine is long. Gazing up beyond the right hand. Good. One more breath. And release the right hand down, bringing your right hand just slightly in front of your in front of your forehead. Bend the right knee and inhale, open your left arm. Gazing up. Spread your toes, stay present with the posture. Reach a little bit higher. Press your right hand down a little more firmly, bending the right knee a little deeper. This is excellent for stretching the Achilles, the spine, the waist, the chest, the neck. One more breath. And then slowly lower down the left hand as well. Taking your hands wide again, walk your feet forward. You can bend your knees if you need. Shake out your head. And we're going to move into some slow sun salutations, Surya Namaskaras. Bend your knees slightly, stick out your bottom, cross your thumbs. Inhale, rise. Lifting your arms up and behind your head. See if you can keep your spine in neutral. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right foot comes back, knee comes down, arms lift. This is an inhale. Feel that stretch on your hip flexors. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to a plank, strong plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin come down. Inhale, cobra. Pull the shoulders back and down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press through the fingertips. Inhale, right foot comes forward, left knee comes down. Take a big breath as you lift your arms. You can also just take them to cactus. Exhale, step forward. Let's take 3 breaths forward folding. Uttanasana. Start to feel the opening of the hamstrings, active legs, or knees bent. Either one is fine. Stay here with me. Don't go into whatever's coming after the practice today or what came before. That would be familiar, right? So just let your mind wander somewhere else. Nope, keep it present. Good. Slightly bend the knees, cross the thumbs, lift your arms, reach up. And then exhale, forward fold for the left side going back now. Inhale, left foot steps back. Knee comes down. Feel a hip flexor stretch. Reach up high. Lift, 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 lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Toes come down. Down dog. Inhale to a plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, roll your shoulders back and down your back. Cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward, right knee comes down, reach high. Exhale, forward fold, step your right foot forward. This time, let's bring our hands behind our back. If possible, interlace your fingers and reach your arms over your head. If not, you can just take your hands to your elbows. 5 Ujjayi breaths. Active legs now, trying to straighten them a little bit more each time. 2 more breaths. And 1 more breath. Slightly bend the knees and bring your arms in front of you. Inhale, rise, lifting the arms above the ears with a neutral spine, lifting, lifting. And then exhale, bring your arms down. All right, we're going to turn to face the side of our mat and grab our block, please. So our one block. We're going to take our feet wide today for trikonasana. We're going to open trikonasana up in 3 different ways today, just challenging our comfort zone a little bit. Turn your right toes open. So if you had a clock on your mat, your right toes would be facing 12 o'clock now. Extend the arms out, putting your block in your right hand. Exhale, swing your hip to the left, and then look to the right. Reach long in front of you, and then bring your right hand down just under your right shoulder. And your left arm reaches high. So you've got this straight line between heaven and earth with the arms. Back foot is 90 degrees, solidly planted. Check in with your breath. Right foot is active, legs are active, hips are open. And then turn your gaze up when you're ready. And you might even move back to the foundation, checking in again to notice your foundation, listening to your breath again, and setting your gaze once again if you've lost it. Please take 1 more breath here with me. Then slight bend in right knee and come out. All right, we're going to take our feet parallel once again. Left foot goes out to what would be 6 o'clock. Extend the arms, taking your block into your left hand. Swing your hip right, look left. Reach far left, as far as you can. And then bring your hand down just under your shoulder. Right arm reaches high. So the right hip is open, the ribs are open, the right side of your chest is open, and we open the right arm. Check in with your feet. Are the balls of the feet active? Arches active? Legs active? Check in with your breath. And then once you're okay with your breath, turn your gaze up. Keep positive thoughts. Keep the lift through the right side. 2 more breaths. Nice. Bend the left knee and slowly come out. And we're not finished with trikonasana yet. So let's take our right foot back to 12 o'clock again. Extend the arms, swing your hip left, look right, reach far to the right, and reach your right arm just a little further than your shoulder, right? Just a little further forward than your shoulder. Notice if you can still open your hip. If you can't, then bring it back a little bit, right? So I'm not asking you to move into pain. I'm just asking you to find somewhere that isn't as familiar as the first pose, right? Open your rib cage, left arm up. Now we're going to challenge ourselves a little bit here. We're going to take the arm over the ear. And with your arm over the ear, check in with that foundation. How's your breath? And then turn your gaze to the sky. Active legs, mula bandhas engaged. Belly's in and up towards the heart. Good, one more breath. Now bend your right knee to come out safely. Feet are parallel once again. Feeling like you have a really long side body now, I'm assuming. Turn the left foot to 6 o'clock. Extend the arms. Swing your hips right. Reach long through the left. And then take your left hand just a little in front of your left shoulder. Good. But don't sacrifice your hips being open and your ribs being open and your right side of your chest being open. You can also put your block on top of another block, right? Open up through the right arm when you're ready. And then reach the right arm over the ear. Just giving yourself a little more opening today, a little less familiar posture. This is an extended trikonasana. Of course, if you feel very comfortable, you could also reach your left arm long. Make it a little less familiar. We're just pushing our edges a little bit, not moving into pain, just moving into those edges, leaning into them, moving a little further. Bend the left knee and inhale, coming up. Stop for a moment and rest. You can put your block to the back side of your right leg. Take a moment to rest. What happens when we move out of that familiar zone? We start to expand our horizons. We learn new things about ourselves. Wow, I didn't know I could go a little further there. Might even increase our creativity in other areas of our lives. We gain a ton of resilience. So let's try side angle pose. Bend your right knee. Open it up. So again, the hips are open. Both thighs are externally rotated. The right knee is just over the right ankle. Back foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. Extend the arms. Look to your right hand. Reach long through the right and bring your right arm to the thigh. Press away. You're pressing your right side of your ribs away from your thigh. Good. Now reach your left arm up and over the left ear. Check in with your feet and your legs. Mula bandha engaged. Hips are open, ribs are open. Then your breath. And then turn your gaze up. Stay with it. Don't fall, don't collapse your right side onto your thigh. Keep it very active. Muscles and legs are very active. Right glute very active, left glute a little less so. It's opening that hip. Good, and slowly come out. Nice. Let's see if we can turn both feet facing forward. Left foot goes to face 6 o'clock. Bend the knee. And when you bend your knee, sometimes the right hip, it's familiar to the right hip to go with the left leg, but say, no, we're going to stay open today. Back thigh externally rotated. This is the way it should be. Abdomen active, mula bandha engaged. You have bandha in your feet, pada bandha, energy locks. Lift your arches of your feet. Good. Extend the arms. Look left, reach left. Exhaling, left arm goes on thigh. Press away from the thigh. And reach your right arm up and over the ear. Check in with the foundation again. After you've come into your complete pose, check in with your breath. And then set your gaze. Active legs, active arm, left arm stays very active, pressing away from the thigh. Lifting your left side of your ribs a little bit higher. One more breath. Now slowly release the arm and the leg. We're going to take this one step deeper. Turn your right toes to 12 o'clock. Bend your right knee. We're going to see if we can reach to the floor. You can use your block or come all the way to the floor. I'm going to put my block on low for this one. Extend the arms out. And this is side angle pose again, but it's just a little bit deeper as we reach the right hand towards the floor. Exhale, reaching forward, and then right hand comes down to the block or blocks. You can stack blocks if you'd like. It's a little different on the hip. Already you're starting to notice the maybe unfamiliar action going on in the hip. It's like, oh, okay, I want to roll forward. So we're going to open it up. Open your ribs, open the chest, reach the left arm to the sky, and then all the way over the ear. Good. How are your feet, your legs? Mula bandha engaged. Belly button in and up. Turn your gaze high. Slow Ujjayi breath. Stay present. Stay positive. Good. One more breath. Now bring your left hand on your hip. Take your block with you. Inhale, come up. Ooh, right hip got a lot of work there. Take your left toes and open them, please. You can put your block down on the outside of your left foot. So make sure the hips are facing the side of the mat and not starting to turn forward as you bend your knee. Put your hands on your hips and feel that propensity to roll forward, right? So keep them open. But extend the arms. Turn your gaze left. Feet are active, legs are active to hold you upright, chest is open. Exhale, reach long to the left and bring it down. Good. Now notice what happens when you set your hand. Maybe one side feels a little tighter. You need to turn your block up a little bit. That's fine. Notice your right hip. Roll it open. Ribs, chest, reach up. And then take the arm all the way over the ear. Try to stay present. Keep the body active. Keep aware of the breath. Good. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And slowly come out and bring your feet parallel and bring your feet together. Okay, nice job getting out of those familiar spaces today into something new. We're going to come next into Vrikshasana, and we're going to have the option to move our hands in Vrikshasana. So bend the right knee, tree pose. Spread the toes of your left foot. This is our balance pose today. Open the right hip, and that often will want to bring the left hip with it. So keep it open. You can have your foot here. You can lift your foot higher if you'd like. Don't let the left hip roll out to the left. Keep it in. And as soon as you set your foot against the inner thigh, you start to notice something happening. Your left thigh rolls in, and your right foot should be pressing firmly to leave the impression of the foot against the inner leg. Good. Hands towards the heart. Get taller. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring the hands down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Just one more time. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands to the heart. And release. Shake out your left ankle. All right, we're going to try the left side. So bend the left knee, spread your right toes, active leg, lift the right arch, open your left hip, and either stay here or come up above or below the knee. Never put the foot on the knee, right? Bring it up higher if you'd like. And as you bring it higher, you might have a tendency to pull in. See if you can stay open through here. Open, open, open. Great. This time we're going to reverse the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down through the heart. Inhale up. Exhale to the heart. One more time. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands right to the heart center. And release the hands, bring the leg forward and let it go. Well done. I hope it felt okay coming out of the familiar tree pose of being still. We're going to make our way to the floor. So bring your hands down and your knees down. I want you to start with child's pose. Take your knees wide and stretch your bottom back towards your heels. Now, if it doesn't feel comfortable because of knee flexion issues, and you can put a block between your knees and or between your bottom and your heels, and take your arms in front of you. And inhale, lifting the head. And lift your heart a little bit. Take the right hand underneath the left arm. Thread it under, putting your right shoulder on the floor. Taking a twist. Now, to add a little bit of unfamiliarity to this, lift your left knee. Stretch your left leg back. Option to lift the left leg very high. Keep your core engaged. Of course, if you feel very, very comfortable with this, make sure there's nothing to your right side that you might fall on. And you can bend your knee and reach for your foot. Or just keep the leg high. Keep using your core, engage the core, pulling it in. Good, Mula Bandha is engaged. And release the left leg and bring it back. That's a little bit of silliness for you today. We're going to try the other side, okay? Stretch it, lunge. And lift your head, lift your heart. Take the left hand, palm facing up, slide it over to the right. And then extend the right knee off the floor, lifting it up. You'll notice your abdomen engages, Mula Bandha engages. And then lift the right leg. And if you want, you can bend the knee and take your right hand to your right foot. Or just stay here. There's a lot of balance in this pose. And bend the right knee back down and slowly come back. Taking the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Drop your belly, lift your head, inhale. Cat-cow for an easy back bend today. Exhale, round the spine, gazing into the navel. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Look up in between your eyebrows. Exhale, press the fingertips down. Gaze into the navel. 3 more, slowly like that. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. One more. And come back to a neutral spine. And then have a seat back on your heels if that feels comfortable for you. The next posture is Viparita Karani, so legs up the wall. And we're going to be here for about 5 minutes today, so make sure you're very comfortable. This is our inversion. I like to use a blanket against the wall. And we're going to bring my clock here. We're going to be sitting with one hip facing the wall, or touching the wall, I should say. And then lay back and swivel around so your legs are against the wall. Pull the shoulder blades together and extend your arms out to either side, or you can take them in cactus. So you want a little bit of space between your bottom and the wall, especially if you have tight hamstrings. Leave some space. If this doesn't feel comfortable, you could always use a chair in front of you and just bend your knees and put the bottoms of your legs on the chair, calf muscle on the chair. Breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. And this isn't familiar for your body, to have your legs above your head like this. Your feet might start to tingle a little bit. As long as you're not in pain, see if you can stay here and enjoy this circulation shift in your body. This posture calms the mind. It's excellent for stretching the back. It's excellent for your circulation. Now try to lose the control of the breath. So just breathe naturally, inhaling and exhaling. And see if you can become the watcher of your breath. Watch the breath moving through the body. That might be coming out of your comfort zone for some of us here. Try not to control, just watch. Your body will keep breathing for you. Be the one who's being breathed. Are you still able to watch the breath? Or are you still trying to control it? Now wiggle your toes a little bit, opening the space between the toes. Bend your knees carefully, stretching out your back. Soles of the feet are at the wall. If you need to scooch back a little bit with your bottom, feel free to do so. We're going to roll to the right and make our way back onto our mat on the floor. All right, so we're going to lay back down on the floor. And pull both knees in towards the chest. Apanasana. This is a lovely posture for the end of a practice. Helps us to release any excess energy in the lower area. Downward moving winds. We have one twist before Shavasana today. So bringing the legs together, take both knees to the left and extend your right arm long. You have the option of keeping your gaze straight up or turning your head right. Place your left hand on the outer right thigh. If that feels comfortable for you, you can give it a little stretch by placing your hand firmer on the thigh. Make sure it's not bothering your knees. So coming out of our comfort zone doesn't mean going into pain. It means moving into something that's just not as familiar. And there's some magic that can happen there. There's some possibility. That's the magic and possibility zone. Just slightly out of the comfort zone, into the unfamiliar. But staying peaceful, staying present. And then bring the knees up, head is forward, back to Apanasana. Excellent stretch for the low back. Good massage for the intestines. And then carefully with your knees together, lower both knees to the right. Swing your hips a little bit left. Placing your right hand at the outer left thigh. Turn your gaze left. Extend your arm left if you can. Incredible twist through the spine and the opening through the chest. Bring the knees back to the center, back to Apanasana. Take your head to your knees. Take a big inhale with me. Hold your inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Release everything to the floor. If you want to put a blanket under your head, you may. Chin comes towards the throat. Separate your feet as wide as you can. Extend your arms away from the body, 6 to 8 inches, or even a little more if that feels good to you. If you've never tried it a little more, stretching your feet a little further apart, stretching your arms a little further from the body, then try today. Lift your head, lengthen your neck, and lay it back down. Pull the shoulder blades together on your back. Lift your bottom, lengthen your low back, so lengthen your tailbone towards your heels. I'm going to try alternate nostril breathing with no hands. For some, that might not feel familiar. You always use your hands on your nose. See if you can do it with your mind. Inhale, left nostril only. Exhale, right nostril. Inhale, right nostril. Exhale, left. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale, right. And exhale, left. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale, right. And exhale, left. Now come back to being the watcher of the breath. No more control. Stay the watcher. You might be floating somewhere, just watching yourself breathe. And then start to listen to the sounds around you. Allow your attention to bounce from sound to sound. Not becoming attached with any sounds. And then start to make movement in your body, toes, fingers. Take bigger stretches. Bend your knees and roll to the right. Turning your gaze down towards the floor. Letting your nose down. And come to the floor and gently bring yourself up to a seat. Crossing your ankles again in Sukhasana. And just to move out of what's familiar, change. So whichever foot naturally went forward, take the opposite one forward. Let that be the rhythm of your day today. Stepping slightly out of your familiarity, your comfort zone. You might just expand your horizons, learn some new things about yourself and the world around you, increase your creativity, and gain resilience, gain a new perspective. Bringing the hands to the heart center, lengthening the spine. Om Shanti 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 together. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you for allowing me to lead your practice. Om Shanti.